ridiculous.
So when is the first game? It's this week on Thursday.
Thursday morning.
Yes.
And then Friday afternoon are our first 2 games. They're looking at the one thing that we've seen so far, and I know that they closed off practice yesterday or 2 days ago. So the last we saw, it was Tom Wilson with Celebrini and McDavid.
Yeah.
That line to me makes a whole bunch of sense. Where are you at?
I'm surprised they put Celebrini in that spot, actually. I kind of thought they'd go with maybe a little bit more of a veteran. I mean, Celebrini's obviously having an unbelievable season, but he's 19. Like, throwing him up on what is essentially your top line for an Olympic Games is crazy. So I really didn't think they were going to do that. And listen, you want to put guys like Tom Wilson makes so much sense, right? He's basically just a Zach Hyman guy where he'll go forecheck hard, create space, create turnovers, go to the net, all those things. Like, that's great. But the reason I'm surprised by Celebrini is maybe even not so much a knock on Celebrini and what he could do with McDavid, but I thought they'd go with more of a veteran guy to keep Connor maybe more comfortable. Like the example I kind of used was like, you know, early on this season with the Oilers when they were kind of running through like the Mangiapanis and the Fredericks and all these guys were getting different looks with Connor McDavid, he wasn't shooting the puck a lot. And I think he takes the onus on himself to like, when there's maybe a younger guy or a more inexperienced guy there, he wants to dish the puck around and move it and get everybody involved versus once they put him back with Hyman and Nugent-Hopkins, Connor McDavid started shooting the puck again. He got more comfortable. He maybe doesn't feel like he needs to play someone else's game. He just says, hey, I know the 2 guys with me are smart enough, good enough to go do their thing. I'm going to go out there and just be a little bit more free. So that's why I thought like maybe a Reinhardt or maybe putting Marner back up there. I mean, Marner assisted on that game-winning Four Nations goal. I thought they'd value maybe like the comfort for McDavid a bit more, but still, Celebrini's like 5th in the league in scoring. Like, it's hard to argue with putting that guy up there.
Well, there is something super exciting about seeing like the biggest name in hockey with the potential next biggest name in hockey. Like, there was even something special about Crosby and McKinnon playing with him back in the day in a very similar kind of way, like this East Coast legend and then the next East Coast legend coming up. It sounds like they have those 2 separated at this point. How about Sidney Crosby as a third-line center?
Well, I mean, that's quite the luxury. And the other thing I kind of like is it's a bit of a curveball from your top 6. Like, McDavid, Celebrini, and Wilson are going to play fast, right? They're going to be moving the puck really quick. And that second line, I really like Nick Suzuki up with Nathan McKinnon because Suzuki can play a really fast game too. But then you go to that third line and it's like Marner, who's a bit more of a methodical player. Mark Stone's a little bit more obviously slow, but like plays a slower style of game. And Sidney Crosby, I mean, at his age, he's 40 years old now, or getting close to 40. Like, he's not exactly a burner. So I think it's interesting that John Cooper has that third line together in a way that is just built so much differently than the rest of the team. But I am curious, like, I think that will work really, really well against the Switzerlands and the Czechias. And I mean, France on Sunday, they're just going to blow out France. It'll work really well against those teams. I'm curious in the medal round, though. Like, when you get to a Team USA or a Team Sweden who has a lineup full of fast NHL players, I'm curious if that third line ends up sticking or if they move things around a little bit.
Yeah,
that's fair.
The way they're talking about Crosby too, like he's this like old decrepit dinosaur, and then they're like Celebrini is fresh out of the womb.
Yeah, what was the tweet you read the other day? It was like,
oh man,
Celebrini was born on Friday.
Yeah, here comes Crosby, an ancient dinosaur. And there, look at Celebrini. He was born last Friday.
Well, he was, because he's 19, right? So like he was born in what, like 05 or no, less than that. Oh my God, like
he's a baby.
07?
What? That's the year I graduated.
Like he
06, I bet, unless he's had his birthday already. This year.
That's crazy.
June 13th, 2006.
Okay.
Okay.
The chat is saying they think the third line is going to score so many goals. Like, people are convinced that they're going to come through.
Well, like you said, the change of pace will be really interesting.
I don't think that's how they're going to use them, though. I think that's your shutdown line. Like, again, Sidney Crosby, great at winning faceoffs, all that. Mark Stone, bit of physicality. Mitch Marner, I mean, for all his detractors, he's an elite defensive forward.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of, I think, more of your, hey, they're going to eat the shit in the D zone and take some hard matchups so that when we flip play and we're back the other way, getting the ozone draws, like Connor McDavid, Nathan McKinnon, high pace, high tempo. So I don't know if they're going to be leaned on to score all that much. I think it'll be a third line that, again, has to kind of eat the shit.
Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, like it, hype it, and share it with your friends.
And to not miss any of our content, make sure you're subscribing to the Oilers Nation YouTube channel.
Freaking nailed it.